All right. What is going on? What is up? Let's see here. Oh, there we go. I think I figured out how to have audio going in the background while I'm talking. It involved some ridiculously convoluted series of steps. I also have not shared this out at all yet. Oops. Okay. All right, so we're going to do how to draw faces here. And while I'm showing this, I'm going to run the ad real quick for the Gunship Thunder Punch 2 campaign. I'll do the quick one real quick. The quick one real quick. See how that works? All right. While I share this out, enjoy. It's about 40 seconds long. All right, there we go. Excuse me. Cosmetti. I swallowed wrong. Got a notification right away this time. Really? AL? Buster's username? Man. So yeah, I'm trying some do you all hear music in the background? You hear that while I'm talking? Please tell me you can. Now, don't tell me that if you can't, but you can't hear anything. Really? Okay, hang on a second. Just got a notification. So notifications are going through, kinda. No music. Let me turn it up a little bit. Hold on. Let me know if at any point you hear anything. Nothing, huh? What's up? Terry Turner. Outsider Attila got notified. Lots of people are getting, well, notified except for AL. Well, I thought I'd figured out how to get music. Apparently not. I'll try one thing here. Tell me if you hear this. Hold on. I gotta think here. All right, tell me if you all go hear this. Okay. So you all can hear music while I'm talking now. Is that correct? Is that what's going on? Is this accurate? An accurate statement? All right. Let me know if it's too loud. It's just weird how I have to have this set up. It's all like it's yeah, I don't know, it's always a thing. All right, so notification just came up now. Okay, go down a peg. Let me know. I can't gauge how hot it is on the other side there. So I'm wondering, because I'm logged in with Chrome. A little loud still? Is it still loud? Bringing it down. Let me know how the music is, because I cannot monitor it at all. I'm turning it down. It's like I can barely even hear it through my speakers, but that tells me nothing as far as how it's going around my computer. All right, anyway, we'll get that sorted out. Better? Okay. Let me know if it's too loud. Still a little loud. How about now? I can't hear it at all. At all. It's like set to level 3 in the player. All right, there. All right, as I get started, let me know how it is. Even better. All right, but y'all can still hear it kind of in the background while I'm talking because it's completely pretty much shut off through my speakers. StreamYard is a bit clunky. There's a couple workarounds that you can do to play. I'm just streaming desktop audio, but there's a couple things you can do, like downloading these virtual meters, but it doesn't recognize my. Anyway, it's boring. So we're gonna talk about how to draw faces. That's what this is about. And I got to keep my coffee in my left hand so that I don't spill it and it doesn't go cold. All right, so let me get let's do the red pencil today. And oh, by the way, we are getting ready to hit the stretch goal for how to draw robots tutorial. We're at 14,149, 12 days left. If you have not gotten wind of the acrylic standee, then you should go check it out in my mailing list. Link in the description. If you sign up, you get a link to the secret perk where you can get the acrylic standee or access to it. All right, so we're gonna draw some faces here and talk through how I draw faces anyway. This will be kind of cartoony, but the proportions are pretty much the same. So you can either start with an egg shape, or you can start with a circle and add like a jawline to it, and divide that in half and half. This is looking straight on. And then when you draw your eyes, leave an eye width apart, kind of center those up here and here. This is a boring looking straight at you DMV over here. DMV driver's license photo. So we can add an eyeball there and there. And there's roughly a there's a really in one of those books I showed you the Jack Ham how to draw the figure and figure drawing books. It's got this really grotesque looking eye measurement thing where it measures everything out in eyes, but he draws all the eyes and it's just a face full of eyes. It's pretty fun. So once we've got our eyes here, we'll go down to about halfway between here and the eye and here, and we'll draw the bottom of the nose. And a lot of people make the mistake when they're drawing. They tend to draw like noses like this because they're trying to draw both sides of the nose. Don't do that. Your brain will fill it in. That looks in general looks kind of amateurish. You can draw like a little bit of where the nose kind of, and there's some noses out here, some noses up here, but just simple. Go simple with the nose typically. And then in between the halfway point here and here, we've got the mouth roughly. Now proportion, you can play with proportions, of course, to get your characters. But also, when the eye is looking straight ahead, the corners of the mouth will typically fall there. And we got a bottom lip and a chin. So the eyes, let me do the eyebrows. And eyebrows can be, they can be down here, they can be up here. Depends on they change. So the ears are going to roughly come in general from the eye down to the bottom of the nose. This is getting a nice proportional shape. AL says can't draw noses. If you can't draw noses, go just like you could even do like little anime thing. Oh, look, there's barely even anything there. Actually, the anime, the manga stuff, like, oh look, there's just a nose. But there's, see, that I've already done like a few different things. It's the placement, and less is more. And if you're going to draw, like maybe I want to indicate he's got a crooked nose, I'm only going to do one side of that, because if I start, that draws too much attention to the nose. Okay. So then the hairline is, if your hair is not receding, is between halfway between there and there's a lot of halfway marks. And there's, again, this, it just depends on the person, but these are basic measurements. Remember that typically your head is round, so you're going to follow the roundness usually of the head, and then we've got like where the sideburns would be, then it usually comes up there, and then up here can be whatever, you know. Just remember when you're drawing hair that the hair is going to be a little bit sitting usually on top of the head. We'll just give this guy a very boring haircut, and then the neck can be from here to here, or depending on how, from there to there. It just depends on how thick-necked your character is. Looks like Voldemort with just slits for the nose. Well, this is more of a, let's say, a shadow there. Let me come around. How's that? Johnny Quest. Nick Welch. What's all this then? We're talking about drawing faces. Why does your art look so good? Mine looks like trash. I don't know. Practice? I don't know that yours looks like trash. I just have to take your word for that. In lessons, they advise to draw an egg, but I lean towards drawing a circle, adding the jaw. Yeah. Whenever you've got to adapt all these rules for yourself. They always do. Oh, draw the egg. One of my favorite tutorial, back in the old Tick comic book, at the very, there's a how to draw tutorial, and it's like how to draw the tick, and it's like draw an egg, bisect it, edit, bisect it again, and then the next page is a big picture of the tick holding this thing. Go, now draw the tick holding an egg with bisected lines. I always thought that was funny. So we've got also, when you're drawing eyebrows, this is getting in kind of the planes of the face. So let's copy this guy. So I'm not starting over. Copy, paste, mark it a different way. And we're going to blue pencil now. So one of the there's places where the angle of the face changes. So right here, you can get very complicated with like the planes of the face is what I'm talking about. But in general, you've got this is kind of flat, and this is where the edge comes up, and right here is where you'll have kind of this line. And when you're drawing robots, for example, you see a lot of this. Transformers are good for figuring out where these planes are. So you got the chin there, and then side. This is actually, all this is on the side of the face, on the neck, right? This is facing towards you. This is kind of facing this way. Again, breaking it down into its parts. Usually you've got that area that kind of comes down the brow right there. Good morning, Lawrence VE. Twins. So, and then you can even get into planes like that part of the little divot in between the top of your upper lip, and then this is facing this way, this is facing this way. So when you have light coming, right, a shadow could be on that side, and on the inside too of that part. And then there's usually a shadow under here. Looks like a mustache. Shadow under here, and then there can be some changes in direction here, but simplifying it. Go simple. Always go simple. Let's see what else here. I didn't even give him eyelids. That's a whole. You could give, depending on the person again. You could get into. I'm trying to think what else here. Like bags under eyes. That's a difference. All just planes or creases here, and that can happen with expressions. Upper lip can be a shadow. Lower lip. Of course, it depends on where the light is coming from. Johnny Quest is not supposed to be Johnny Quest. All right, so that is like the one is the basic proportions looking straight on. So you've got this is the halfway mark for the whole. Halfway there, the eyes sit halfway, and then you've got another half and another half. Although I think sometimes they'll say maybe a third. I can't remember, but you'll get if you just remember halves, and there's a half for the hairline. It'll work, and if it doesn't work, you'll be able to tell. So with those little guys there, you can make your own characters. We're gonna do the circle with then add the jawline. It's basically an egg, is what it is. Morning Trench Productions, what's up? And so how we kind of move beyond that to making actual characters that have some personality. Hold on, gotta get this going. Not bad, but cold. Cold is bad. So let's say, so even if he's turned this way, okay, for example, I'm still going to turn that in half and a half, but now it's got volume. It's still in half. I'm still halfway line. But we can play with these proportions a bit. Let's say he's looking this way. Let's say he's got a bigger jaw. But I'm keeping same proportions, half there, and so okay, so his ears are set here and here, but maybe I want them like smaller or bigger. Give him a bigger jaw. Like who's that actor that was in like a Samurai Cop? Is it Richard Zara? I can't remember. Had like bone growth to give him that crazy jaw, so he always played the villains. But again, here, and maybe he's got a wider nose. Maybe he's got a brow. But in there, if I take away this away, he's still kind of pushing a little bit beyond the limits, but grounded in the same thing. Thanos jaw, yeah. I did not say. Let's save this. Save as. To draw faces. All right. Can y'all still hear the music? And is it too loud or not? I can't tell. It's for your benefit. I can hear it just outside the ability to really perceive what's going on in the music. So it's like you hear something and your brain's filling in holes. It's like it's writing its own music. All right. So even like there's the eye. But music's perfect. Okay. All right. So that's kind of looking straight on. Let's get this guy here. Let's do another one. I've got the same exact thing, half, but maybe. I don't know. We'll give him a small nose. We'll give him big eyes. Like this is all of a sudden manga. A small mouth. It's kind of creepy. Still, even though the eyes it's kind of cartoony, we're still got the good proportion of there, kind of centered there. Just give him some spiky hair. Why not? Okay, so there's a basic kind of facing front. Let's move these guys in a fold or something. Take them away and make another layer. All right. So then let's say looking where? So if we look down, well, let's look down first. And let's say, okay, right here. You have to think of this circle, this egg as an egg, right? So if I drew all this all the way around, the dotted line is behind. That's the halfway point. Not even here for the drawing, here for the almost imperceptible background ambiance. So as you look down, things kind of visually compress. So this is where you get into learning to draw objects in perspective. But again, this is still halfway. This is still kind of halfway, but halfway takes up less space overall there. A little T-zone. If you don't like the smash button, you're probably a commie. Got my new stuff, Acme dog whistle. I feel like they're going to get in trouble with my coyote. All right, so and sometimes even the further they look down, depending on the nose, like the nose could overhang part of the mouth maybe. But for our purposes here, catch up. I'm about to knock this over. See, that's what happens. The worst is when I have it right here and I do something stupid. All right, so we're coming down here. And sometimes what you'll find is if you do the whole egg thing, you'll have to kind of, if you have too much space between the eye, if it looks weird, you might have to shave a little of that. You're really supposed to shave some of it off. Because the head kind of flattens out on the side. But one of the things that's going to happen is the ear is going to kind of shift like it looks like it's further up. And the halfway point there. Now we're looking down. Give him some kind of Astro Boy hair. Okay, so that's kind of looking down. And then looking up. Up is a hard one. Up can be challenging because the problem with the up is you start seeing the neck in this kind of area right here. So if we start with that circle, halfway where the eyes, I think where the eyes are, and then the nose is going to kind of jut past that. And remember the eyes, like on here, the eyes sit on they're not flat. They're your face is round. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth are following the form, but everything kind of gets compressed. And the eyebrows kind of a lot of times seem like they're way up there. The ears, when they're looking up, seem to go. Let's cut the sides off there. Like they're lower. They're still lined up, but from the perspective. Here's where people get kind of this jawline, because your jaw actually comes up here. And then you've got with shading, it's easier. Because this is kind of the underside. A lot of times you can do that. It seems kind of harsh. But this is one of those areas where kind of less is more. When you get into shading things slightly, you can get more sense. I feel like I'm explaining this horribly, but so this would be where the jaw, the chin, the plane of the chin's here. And this is facing down. let it stir up something. So then give him jowls. Give him jowls, or there we go. There, I made him older with 2 lines. The more lines you put on someone, the older they're going to look. You're looking up his nose. All right. So now, let me save that. And take a swig of coffee. Sip and save, everyone. Sip and save. I got to finish this because it's going to make it's going cold quick. Okay. So, looks like an alien 1 minute, and now I see Astro Boy. Okay. So, that's looking up, looking down, just how things kind of, if you're looking down, the ears kind of in relation to the viewer seem to move up. Ears seem to move down. Hairline does miracles. That's a couple of guy. Okay. So let's look at let's move these guys up. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, I'm trying so big. I can zoom in some. That's what I call perfect timing, just when I was trying to practice. Welcome. All right, so let's look. How about we look this way? So start with the looking to the right. I'll start with the ball, and then add the jaw. The egg doesn't really apply necessarily to the side because the base of your neck is higher. It's going to come out there. And then you've got the lower jaw tends to protrude a little bit. So the adding onto the neck is kind of looks like this. And one thing too is even though your jaw comes down like this, you have underneath the jaw right there. I mean, if you're skinny, typically it's like that. I mean, and you gain weight, or get older, it kind of hangs down. But get the jaw down. This is where you've still got the divided in half. Because at the halfway point, you've got your eyes. Bottom of the nose is going to be there, which means the bottom of the ear would be there. And then it's not really, so it must be like 2/3 of the way, I'm thinking. This is where it gets kind of tricky because so let's put the nose out here, and then we've got about halfway here, so the mouth would be here, stopping at the eye. And of course, this is like just kind of standard stuff because this is someone, I mean, it could be an underbite, an overbite, all these different things. Nick is busy, just finished up coloring Red Koi 5, KKOK 2, so stoked for those books. Cam is there. Everybody smash the like button. There you go. All right, so for the eye, one of the things to keep in mind about the eye is that the eyeball is your pupil will distort, so it actually looks like that. So it's here's your eyelid, lower lid, and so it doesn't look like that. It kind of rides on top. So, and then I'm trying to keep this simple. So one of the easy ways to kind of add a little something is kind of have the lower lid come, upper lid, kind of indicate it. Don't go too much. You do too much and it adds age. But the eyebrow extends beyond the eye. Of course, that moves, of course. But usually, even on the side, you can see a little bit, like maybe add that other eyelash. I'll just add a little bit of nostril there. So you can get, again, if you're going to add different lines and things, it just depends on the age of the person or what expression they're making. Less seems younger, more seems older. And then we got the hairline here. Hold on, what people's hair comes out here. What is that called? The peak, the side peak? I don't know. We'll just give some. There's my dog. Keep an eye on things. All right, so by the way, the jawline here. But we probably won't see that, so I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Draw the face of your enemy. Okay. So there's looking to the side. The one that really gives people trouble is the 3/4 view, I guess. So we'll start with the circle, the jaw. Must be French. Side peak. Messed that up. So again, halfway, where are we looking? We're looking over there. This is where we got to have a little bit of this. So we'll just put a marker for the eyes. It's halfway between there and there. You just kind of have to imagine that the side of the proportionally from the middle line. I'm just kind of putting pupils in to gauge the distance. But the struggle people have here is like you've got the brow, and then the nose is kind of, I think, what a lot throws people off, because all of a sudden the nose comes fairly important, because this little line here is the bridge of the nose can cover up part of the eye. And then you got this brow there, and then the cheek can usually come out. Cheek usually comes out, then it kind of straightens out. Hello, Pete Mac. Tala, what's going on? And then the halfway point again. So remember, there's also on the mouth. You have, like, up here, there's the mouth sits on the face, but it's not flush with the face. Like, this comes out, the lips come out, and it comes back down in here. That makes sense. I'll draw something more detailed. But again, and then we've got the side. Think of cutting the sides off from here to here. We got the ear. This one takes a little practice. It's hard to describe, which is, I guess, why it takes people a long time to figure it out. But you just kind of you have to draw enough to start seeing in your head. That turnaround, being able to turn objects and see what's behind. It helps to draw through. So if I completely draw through here, I mean, the neck would be up here. The eye could be on the other side of that. But the mouth kind of follows the form of the face. This is what I'm talking about, like the nose here. See how it's like the whole mouth is like a mountain sitting on top of a globe. So the top of the mountain, imagine this is the peak. Here are the slopes. There's a big cliff, and then there's a foothill. Another little valley underneath. I just made that up. So that might help. So the top of Everest, this is where everybody climbs up. Don't fall off of here. And here's base camp. Check the Discord. I replied to you, Ether. Okay, I'll check it in just a second here. I don't have it up. I kind of do. That's funny. Tiny hat. You can go. You can go to the Discord if you're not in there and see the shenanigans. I'll post the link right here. There's a link to the Discord. All right. So, is it music? I can't even hear the music. I'm assuming it's still playing. Yeah, I can't hear it at all. Hope you're enjoying it. All right. So there is some basic how to draw faces. Let me draw another folder. And then from there, just start playing with it. I'll just draw a wall. With those things in mind, you can see what I'm kind of thinking of. Subconsciously, really. I mean, I'm not measuring things out. In the beginning, you measure things out to figure it out. Then you got to get it ingrained in you. That's what getting a skill is. So it's second nature, like driving. When you first drive, you're like you're a kid, and you're like, oh, I got it. You're stressed or whatever. And then by the time you're an adult, you're like, I don't remember anything for the last 10 minutes. How did I get here? But you're any advice on views on the back? Oh, I Windows alert was that was Adobe sending me an alert. Liabilities of using StreamYard audio. All right, so from the back. So here's the back of the neck. I usually let's start here. Let's draw the circle, and in the front would be the jaw. But the back of the neck comes up higher than the jaw because your neck kind of connects the base of your neck right here. So if you see people's hair, there's usually like a shadow right about here, or if they're bald, it's because your head angles down towards the base of that neck. And then the ears kind of stick. Oh, hold on, you got shaved off the sides there, side of that thing, and then the ears kind of stick out a little bit. So your jawline is actually kind of connecting here a little bit. But you don't draw all that. You just kind of indicate it. You need to know. But you can get away with this here. Or if you get like say he's going to look way up, looking like maybe here, or you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. So I'm drawing the back of his head here. The jawline's going to cut off there. And then maybe all I see is like the eye coming around the halfway point. All I can see is a bit of the cheek, maybe the nose. That shoulder. But the back of the head coming around here. In fact, he's looking too. Even looking more extreme, like back of the ear. Maybe the jawline. And what you're really seeing is kind of the cheek, just the outline of that. And you could technically kind of get away with that from that angle. It's a little high. Tighten up that. But you can get the idea. And then as the head turns, maybe a little bit of an eyebrow, maybe even an eyelash. You're not really even seeing the eye. Maybe a little bit of the nose. Maybe a little bit of the lip. Barely even there. That muscle kind of, this little, what is this? That muscle, I can't remember this one, connects from like the base of the ear down to the neck. And this is kind of going up front. I feel like, I don't know if, I feel like that might not have helped, but Alex did 2 miles. Awesome. But he came in while you were achieving coffee. Hello, Gretchen. Adobe is broken for Katala. Premiere runs now for me, finally. All right, so there's the shadow in the back of the head. Shadow under there. And then if you're going to wear a shirt, remember it follows the form. There, or a collar. Whatever. Whatever. All right. So there are some general, and I don't, like, I'll always kind of do this thing. But that's it. Then you're just not going to eyeball everything else. Sometimes with the nose, however, I do find that if you draw a circle, then kind of gives my brain a little bit of makes it see 3 dimensions a little bit better. I don't always do that. I think you just kind of play with the placement of things. So yeah, there were some basic faces, the basic head setup. But then we're kind of messing with stuff here. Those are the scales. Then you kind of improvise on them. Like maybe I could cut it here a little short there, but the proportions just can't be, all over the place. Hello to Kazakhstan. Welcome. The character with the mustache looks like the dearly departed actor John Hurt. Oh yeah. Straight across there. But all right, so there's kind of the John Cleese does it. Let me see. A little bit. All right, so there's the basic kind of proportions and the planes, how they distort as they look around, kind of compress, and then the back of the head. Yale has students from Kazakhstan. Please, we're here for the learning, not for the chat, but the chat is good too. We got a good chat here. Chat is good. Real quick, if you are watching and you have not signed up for the mailing list, where I send out art tips and project updates and things, gunship-thunderpunch.com, link in the description. And you'll also get access to the secret perk for this, my book, Gunship Thunder Punch, where you will get, you can't see here because it's secret, but when you click on that link, you'll get access to the acrylic standee for Gunship Thunder Punch. We're about to unlock a tutorial that I'm going to add to the book. This is it'll be at least, this thing's going to be 80 some pages, 70 of story, giant transforming robot story, and then the synthwave album. Everybody gets that I'm writing with a friend of mine, Jason Windsor, who I'm going to have on a stream here very soon. And Everybody's getting trading cards. I'm about to unlock the How to Draw Robots tutorial. 20,000 5-page backup story by Alex Milne, and you can add on. And if you check out, don't forget to pay attention to the add-ons because people are missing them. It's very easy to miss. But you can add on both my art books, of which I've finished. I have 2 more to do, but all the this is the art book. All the original. You can't see it. The original sketch in the back there, and then a lot of commentary and art and stuff. I've got 90 some books sitting over there stacked up ready to go, be shipped. Yeah, you know, some preview stuff. The preview stuff getting knocked so far down. Oh, it's the I don't know. All right. Must there be secrets between us? Only not between not if you're on the mailing list. So yeah, it's at 12 days left. 14,000. We're about where we were with the first one at this point in the campaign. When the campaign ended, I think I mentioned it was at the first one was at 20,000, and then in demand. No, after 30 days it was at 20. I think I extended it a little bit. It went up to 35, and then an additional 10 in demand. So get on the mailing list. Alex is here for the learning. Then chat. Sorry, chat. Sip and save. How about we save because I'm out of sips. I think I'm out of sips. Yeah, well, that's too cold. I'm not drinking that mess. All right, so is the chair still slipping down? It's not at the moment. It's inexplicable as when it does it. I went a few months where it didn't do it, and then the last few months it's been. Today it's not. I don't know. It's possessed. All right. So that was about 45 minutes worth of art instruction for you. I'm going to get some lunch now. And get on to some other work. I may be on a little later. We'll see. I've got stuff to do. I spent the morning taking care of tax stuff, business stuff for the business because I have a company, an art creation media company empire that it consists of me and a handful of projects. So like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and let me know in the chat if you're watching this later or the comments what you think, other things you want to see, and be sure to check out all the stuff. And I'll see you soon. Be good.